Hello violinists, welcome to the Brown Strings Violin School. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 30 in the Violin Class for Beginners course. Before you start this class, can I please check with you that you have completed lesson 29, because there is a vital exercise in there that we need in this class as well. So if you haven't already done so, please follow lesson 29 first before you start this one. If you have done that, however, welcome back, and we're going to think about our string crossings in a little bit more detail today, and we're going to start with our little seesaw exercise that we did in lesson 29 as well. So let's have your violin up on your shoulder and let's place the bow in the middle on the G string this time, and let's think about this square. We call it the square. This line here from your that your bow makes between your strings and your hand, and then this line here, and then this line here. So we've got a little bit of a diamond shape here, you can probably imagine. So you've got two parallel lines here, your bow and your upper arm and your forearm and your strings. And this parallel, this diamond shape, is what we're going to try and keep when we drop our elbow down and cross the strings to go to the E string. Have you still got that diamond shape? It's just in a different plane now, isn't it? Now lift your elbow up again so that your bow moves towards the G string and back again. Let's be aware of that, how that works, before we practice our exercise later on in this lesson. So can you see that this diamond shape stays the same? So I'm not altering it in this angle at all, but I'm just going to go up and down with my elbow. Try to leave your shoulder, your right shoulder, in its lowest position if you can. Okay, so now we're focusing on the elbow. Feel how your elbow goes up and down. That's great. And now let's move the elbow on autopilot, so we're not thinking about it as much anymore. And now we're going to look at the contact point here where the bow is in contact with the strings, and you can see that the bow goes from the E string to the D string and back. And I want you to gauge whether your bow goes very evenly, so you take as much time on one string as on another, or whether you go perhaps like this. Okay, so take a good look at where the bow is in contact with the strings and just say for yourself G, D, A, E, E, A, D, G. So we're really refining the exercise that we did in our previous lesson. Lovely. So your elbow is still doing the work, but you can see what happens at string level, you see? Amazing. Really well done. Okay, enough of that. Give your arm a good rest if you're feeling tired. There we go. Let's have a look now in our book. If you have a red book, we're practicing exercise 48. And if you've got an older version of the book, it's exercise 69. So 48 or 69. And you can see there that you've got string crossings again. This time, however, we're starting on the higher string, and then we cross to a lower string. So we've got A, D, and then we've got our finger on A, which is B, D, C sharp D, 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 and we're going to stop there for a moment, okay? So we're playing the first 4 bars. Let's have your finger line, your thumb and your tennis ball in place. Let's get your bow ready on the A string, and I'm counting us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hopefully you've got your finger still on the string, because now your high note, your note third finger on the A string, is called D, and we can play it together with the open D string to check if we're in tune. So here we go. Okay, let's do that again, shall we, from the beginning. So what are we thinking about when we're playing? When we're going from the A to the D, you're going to think about lifting your elbow up very gradually so that you hit the D string just in time, and then you drop during the time when you play the D, you drop that elbow to go back to the A string with your bow, so you've got another string crossing there. Then once you play on the A string and your finger is on B, try to leave that finger down. This will be much easier today than what we did in the previous lesson, leaving your fingers down on the D string, you see. So if you didn't quite make it in lesson 29, here is your opportunity to succeed today, leaving your fingers on the A string. Shall we play that again? The first 4 bars, and then we're practicing whether we're still in tune. So let's get ready on the A string. Check over your left hand so that you've got the right hand position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's stay at the heel of the bow now and carry on with the second half of this exercise. Second finger now, and awesome. I'm very well aware that just now I've played the version of those of you who have a red book. We're going to play this song again in a moment, and then I shall play the other version for those of you who have the other book. It's only 2 notes difference, so I wouldn't worry too much about it, which version you're playing. So let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of this song, and then I'll play you the other version. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. So there you go. Whichever version of book you have, there are only slight differences. And all the same things that you can focus on apply. So are you using your elbow for the string crossings? Are you using straight bows? Okay. Are you standing properly with your left foot forward? Just a few ideas there. If you feel like you get the shakes, will you still stop your bow and drop your right shoulder and your right upper arm slightly? Shall we play it one more time? Let's see if this can be the best of all of your goes. And this time I want all of us, wherever you are in the world, to try and leave those fingers down on the A string and to leave your bow on the string throughout. So that's no mean feat to do all of those things. Let's get ready and I'll count us in for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome playing. Very, very good. Now let's just think for a moment, and this is in anticipation of what's going to come up very soon. Let's think about the letter names of the fingers that you play on the A string. So if you have your first finger on A, that note is called B. We know that the notes go like the letters of the alphabet. So after A comes a B. And after B comes a very special type of C, namely we call it C sharp. And that is one to bear in mind because we're going to change this second finger before too long. So A, B, C sharp. The third finger would be called D. And then the fourth finger, if you use it, it would be an E, and it would be the same sound as the open E string. So let's really get that into your head today, shall we? A, B, C sharp, D, E. Those are the letter names of the fingers on the A string. And with that, you have completed lesson 30. And you're doing absolutely fantastically well, isn't it? 30 lessons and you've made so much progress. You have thought about a lot of techniques that are going to stand you in good stead for the rest of your violin playing career. So well done. I can highly commend your progress there. I hope you've enjoyed it in the meantime as well. I'm preparing for lesson 31 where we shall play a slightly longer song. So I look forward to seeing you again then. Goodbye.